guys, welcome to Better Bachelor. My name is Joker with a face for radio and a voice for print. I got a fun one today. I'm not sure it necessarily relates to anything manosphere related, but it's another bad action by a cop that decided to do some spicy work on the side. And here's the thing. You know, everybody wants to make sure that women are representative in jobs and they're firefighters and cops and everything else, and we can have that debate because of the physical limitations on it. But one thing I don't think I ever heard of before most recent times is a cop getting fired because she got caught on video doing things with her husband and on video and all that other stuff. And yeah, she finally got fired, but here's the thing. She also got a payout, which I cannot see a guy. If he decided to do this kind of work, I don't see a guy that would be getting a payout for doing the same stuff.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, sir.
I just don't see it happening. So let's jump into it. Cop fired for her spicy side hustle. I wish the cop looked like this. It doesn't. Before I jump into that, though, I made sure to drop these in. I'm going to be doing a live stream here. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I'm going to try to get to see if I can do a live stream with Papa. And if I can't, I'll probably do this live stream instead. So I'm going to be Terrence Pop, by the way, Terrence Papa. I'm going to try to do a live stream with him here soon. And if not, but this is going to be a live stream here, so keep an eye out for it. If you're not subscribed, hit the notification button so you know that it's coming. But this is going to be, basically, it's going to be a video of all women doing crazy, silly, ridiculous stuff, which just goes to show you that women today, a lot of them are becoming ridiculous and silly. And so when the relationship doesn't work out, the odds are in your favor that it is not you, and that it's probably a good thing that you're not dating her anymore. So let's move to the main story. A Colorado deputy with OnlyFans account retires after being discovered by another female officer. So this isn't a fact of some guy being butthurt. This is the fact that another officer said, hey, I do not want to work with somebody that's like this, and or this doesn't look good for our, for the police. Melissa Williams, I did not leave out of shame and I did not leave out of embarrassment. Well, good thing. We wouldn't want you to ever feel bad for your actions. A Colorado Sheriff's Department or deputy retired with a $30,000 separation agreement instead of facing an internal investigation over an OnlyFans page she owns. So basically, now here's the thing. Instead of firing her, they said, well, you're probably going to get fired, but if you retire, we'll give you some money and cash and prizes on the way out for your bad actions. Now, I want you to hear how much this lady makes, and then I want you to see, I just want you to see her. I was really a good cop. I was really a good cop, and I was really a good leader. Melissa Williams, 48, told KDVR's Problem Solvers team. Okay, yeah, you can be a good leader, but you're going to lose the respect of people that are following you if they don't agree with this type of work. Williams was in law enforcement for 28 years, spending the last 11 years with the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office, and most recently served as a lieutenant at a detention center. See, they always get weird once they go to detention centers and prisons. I'm just saying. I think it's all that masculinity around. Now, she might have been at a woman's facility. I don't know. She had the OnlyFans account for 18 months without any problems, but then coworkers found out, and a female officer in a nearby police department filed a complaint. Now, so it wasn't her direct supervisor. But you know what? Again, if you're a cop, and maybe she might be a very conservative cop or a very religious cop, and said, hey, I'm not okay with us being seen in this light. Now, agree or disagree, you can take many, many different views on this kind of thing, but would you really respect a cop if you had seen her doing spicy work previously and you're like, oh, aren't you that cop I saw on OnlyFans and now you want to write me a ticket? I think some people viewed what I did as what I did for fun as being a spicy worker, but I'm the same as someone else's neighbor, their friend, mom, daughter. Yeah, you are, because pretty much everybody has OnlyFans today, it seems like. Now, we know they don't, but there's millions of women on it. I'm still the same person I was for the 18 months the page existed and nobody knew. And here's what she looks like, okay? Um, she still operates the OnlyFans page where subscribers pay a monthly fee to see Williams undressed or watch her encounters with her husband. Williams said she posted the content when she was off duty, never in uniform in the content she posted, and never identified herself as a law enforcement officer. I have a feeling, though, I mean, you know, guys on the web are pretty good sleuths. I have a feeling a lot of them could look and go, hey, those are probably legit police-issued handcuffs she's using in this video. So, yeah, maybe that was a giveaway. And here's the other thing. How did a female... This is what drives me so crazy about this stuff. They don't say how the female knew or how the other female found her content online. That's what's so crazy about this. She had to find it somehow. Does that mean that this other officer was somehow maybe a creator or was on there looking? Who knows? But these people get found out somehow. They say, a lot of the material my husband and I shared is stuff we'd taken in our private life over the years. Williams, a mother of two, said, according to the New York Post, I was working up to 60-hour weeks. So mostly my husband ran the page and shared my pictures. And then sometimes we'd have fun dressing me up and taking photos, especially to share. See, this, again, this is what's so crazy about this stuff is there are fans on there that are looking at the content and they're probably end up, he's sharing the pictures and posting stuff. Do you think if she's working 60-hour weeks, likely any messages that she responds to, I wonder if it was the husband responding to the messages. You know, I did hear a story, and I didn't pull it up for this video. I did hear a story where a woman was very busy and doing lots of content, and it was actually her husband that was replying to the guys and was taking the requests and doing all the work. So these guys were thirsting after a woman's photos and videos, but they were actually talking to the husband. So if they said anything that was kind of spicy, they were talking to the dude. This is why we need to stop this stuff, guys. Like at a certain point, it's getting so monetized. I wouldn't be surprised if guys are scraping stuff or making stuff fake on the internet and posting it on there for men to make money from thirsty guys. Like, we got to stop this stuff, I'm telling you. The complaint was filed on August 5th, describing that Williams' poor judgment was a discredit to the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office. And here's what she looks like. And guys, I know you're not going to believe this. I know you're not going to believe this. She has pink hair. Now here's the thing, guys. And I'm asking you legitimately. Would you be willing to pay for content from this woman? Me personally, I don't see it. I just don't see it. But this is a picture she posted on January 24th of 2022. I just don't see the draw. I don't see why anybody would post content like that when you can go to www.spicything.com and look at videos of lots of other things. She said, I was like, this doesn't even affect the person that reported it. It doesn't affect my work. It doesn't affect my employees. It doesn't affect the community. See, that's where I disagree with it. It does affect the community. Because if she pulled me over with her pink hair and I had seen her doing spicy photos, after I rinsed my eyes out with bleach, I recognized her, I'd probably make a comment about it. I'd probably be a smartass about it. Does that mean that she would come down harsh on me or be embarrassed? Or it's still, I mean, this is a public servant. We do have to hold public servants up to a higher degree of standards than you do for private citizens or non-tax paid citizens. The sheriff's office investigated the complaint, and the internal documents obtained by KDVR said the website contained pictures of Lieutenant Williams posing for pictures clearly showing her face and her naughty bits. One or more of the photos appeared to have been taken in a very public location. Okay, that's a problem. Because if she got arrested for showing herself sans clothing in a public place, that means her own police department might have to arrest her. These are problems. But again, see, all of this started with women being cops and women being these public servant positions. And again, I'm not saying that shouldn't be the case. I mean, okay, like if I've seen some pretty funny videos of a couple of women trying to arrest a man, and he just out wrestles them and slips out of his shirt and goes running down the street, and they just stood there like, we can't do anything. So I've seen some pretty funny videos of women police not being able to do very well because of their size or their lack of physicality. That's a debate we can have about that stuff. But when your regular job, working 60 hours a week, isn't enough, and you feel that you want to do this for extra money, and you're a public servant, and you're breaking the law doing it in a public location, and I thought due to OnlyFans regulations, you weren't supposed to do anything in public, yeah, it becomes a problem. The spokesman for the sheriff told KDVR that Williams should have gotten permission for the secondary job, but Williams pushed back that it did not occur to her to ask for permission. Well, of course not. Always easier to ask for forgiveness than permission, right? And if they said no, she still wanted to do it, so she didn't ask for permission. She says no because it didn't really generate employment income, and there are a lot of individuals throughout the metro area who have what could be considered secondary employment, but it isn't something that gets claimed or gets reported, she said. So she says right here, no, because it really doesn't generate employment income. Literally in the next sentence, she pulls in about $4,000 a month from the account. That's $48,000 a year. Now, I don't know how much they get paid in Colorado to be a cop, $60,000 maybe. If she's been on for 28 years and a lieutenant, maybe she makes, I don't know, 80 grand or 100 grand. You're still talking about almost half your income, or maybe not half. You're still talking about a third of your income coming from this job. I mean, $4,000 a month. And again, I ask you guys, would you pay $4,000? Let me see if I can zoom up this photo. Would you pay $4,000 a month for this content? This is why you thirsty boys, and again, I know you viewers on here would not partake of this. This is why we need to stop this stuff. I mean, but my God, by the end of this, everybody is going to be on OnlyFans. My dog is going to end up on OnlyFans. I did not leave out of shame, and I did not leave out of embarrassment for the OnlyFans page. I left because it was the right thing for my family and myself. And honestly, the OnlyFans piece was just one part of it. So maybe she was making money from elsewhere. I loved my job, but how could I go back to work in an environment like that? Again, blaming it on the environment, not herself for her bad decisions. It was hard being a woman in the force. Oh, gosh, over 28 years, and you were promoted to lieutenant. You'd been there for almost 30 years. You were promoted to lieutenant, and now you're going to say, oh, it was hard being a woman on the force. Cry me a river. Cry me a river. If it was really that hard, choose another job. You had no problem staying there and working right up until you got caught something bad, and then all of a sudden it's, oh, I'm a woman excuses. She said, people have always been jealous of me because I am successful, attractive, and confident. Now, pause on that for a second. If you're successful, then how is it hard being a woman? Because you were successful, so that means that you did okay. You were able to get promoted. So again, it just sounds, and you have to be confident as a police officer. I get that. And, I don't know, the attractive part, we could, that's another debate we could have.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, sir.
She says the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office said in a comment to KDVR that Williams was not fired or forced out, and she sought to negotiate a severance and elected to resign her employment before the investigation was completed. So they hadn't forced her out yet, although after the investigation was completed, they might have found a whole lot more that was worse about her, and she decided to take a golden parachute. Ms. Williams was not fired, nor was she forced, they said. Allegations appear to be nothing more than an effort to manufacture a newsworthy story to drive traffic to her website, the sheriff's office said. So there you go. She basically used, and again, this is what the sheriff's office is saying, but they're saying, look, she's using this whole saga to drum up work for her spicy site, even though she's leaving the police department. So let's say she makes $5,000 a month, $4 or $5,000 a month doing this now. Now you have a cop that has turned basically to the spicy work the spicy videos, and she's not a cop anymore. I'm okay with that. To me, this is a win. How long she'll be able to continue making money on this, how she's able to make $4 or $5 grand, I don't know. The top comment says, all agencies I'm aware of have general orders which prohibit a myriad of on and off duty activities. You can't take off the uniform on weekends and do anything that violates rules of conduct. Cops can't do what the majority of general public does if unlawful and it brings discredit to the agency profession. Agencies do not allow outside employment without permission for obvious reasons. And that part I do think is true because I have a friend of mine in California is a law enforcement officer, and he did work shifts where he was armed, he was in his uniform. You do have to get permission for that. Now, I know it's different because he was uniformed, but for side gigs, you do have to get permission, and you can get some of those positions pay $50 an hour. But with this gal, obviously she was doing quite well for herself, and she's not a cop anymore. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because I'm not all into this kind of stuff with our public servants. But let me know what you guys think down below. I'm really curious to hear what you think. All right, let's do a dating profile of the day. All righty then. She is 30. She says, do not go out with me if. So again, it's not about here's what I have to offer. It's here what you need to bring to the table for me. So many of these profiles are like this now. Do not go out with me if you're under 30 years old. Okay, but she's 30, so she is looking for an older dude. If you're not serious, it's time to get serious. No more fun and games. I wonder how many kids she has. If you're lazy, if you have no goals, no career, lost in this world, not family-oriented, bald. Bald? What's wrong with bald?
How dare you?
Don't like dogs, and don't know what cologne is. Okay, I know what cologne is. Does that mean I need to wear it? Maybe you should just stop dating unbathed hippie dudes. She says non-negotiable for me. So, okay, so the top part, do not go out with me if, is a bunch of things you can't be. And then she follows up with another list of things you can't be. Non-negotiable for me. Me warning you about things, and you come back and do the same thing. That shut me off and just makes me walk away.
Well, I'd love to stay and chat, but you're a total bitch.
Wow, talk about entitlement. So she's going to warn you, and if you do not listen and heed her warning, she's going to just walk away. She says, a life goal of mine, own a couple of acres, building a dream home, a boat, and more travel. Now, how many of those things are you thinking that she would be paying for? Now, her job's an independent contractor, so she might be relatively successful, but why doesn't she have those things already? I mean, she's 30. That's a pretty tough age to have those things available for her. But what do you think that she's going to rely on the guy and his money to make all her dreams come true? Guys, if you'd like to support my work, links are below as always. If you have, thank you very much. Best way you can support me is like, comment, share, subscribe, and check me out over on betterbachelor.locals.com for the free speech forums and all the lovely, spicy content and conversations we can't have here. If you join me over there, it's like 13, 14 cents a day. So if you want to support me, that's a great way to do it. We'll talk to you in the next one.